The Roasting on a Cartoon Friday mod just dropped, and I really actually like this mod because it reminds me of old school FNF mods, meaning that it's kinda dumb, but I mean that in the best way possible. There isn't some huge traumatic backstory here, but rather just Finn and Mordecai giving Steven crap because they don't think that he has a partner. I think that the whole scenario is based off this image right here on the screen. But this is ironic because he actually has a girlfriend who I think you can see in the mod right here. And ironically enough, they have one of the healthiest relationships out of all the Cartoon Network characters. But honestly, I think that's what makes me like this mod. It doesn't take itself too seriously, it's well done, and it even has all these child superheroes circled around like this is some middle school fight. And I think a lot of people have forgotten that when FNF first came out, it was just about a 19-year-old trying to get laid and some good dumb fun. Something else that really caught my attention in this mod is that as the argument starts to get more heated, we see that Steven starts to battle with Finn, and he even turns into his pink form. And while it would never happen, it would be cool to see Steven and Finn in like a 1v1 fight. I've spoken about the power that both of these characters have in different Pibby mods, highlighting that it is very bad when people this powerful get corrupted because there's not a whole lot of characters who can actually go toe-to-toe with Steven or Finn. And while I think it would be a tough fight, Finn would definitely win here. It would be high difficulty, but I think he would come out on top. And I don't think Mordecai really plays a role in this conversation because obviously he would get dog walked by either Finn or Steven because he's not a fighter at all. Now next in the mod, we see Jake and Princess Bubblegum get into an argument in the kitchen while Jake is making pancakes and bacon. And this song is based on the episode called Burning Low. In the episode, we see Princess Bubblegum is looking for Finn because she thinks that he's going to kiss the Flame Princess, which would basically cause her to burn so hot that she would burn through the planet. The reason that Jake and Bubblegum are arguing in the beginning though is because Jake just thinks that she's jealous and that she's trying to break Finn and the Flame Princess up. But when he learns that that's not the case, he and Bubblegum do join forces to help stop this. But the episode does have a happy ending. Finn figures out that he can't kiss her directly, so he ends up actually kissing one side of a rock and then he has her kiss the other side, and that's kind of a way that they get around her burning up everything. And while it was kind of corny, it's also a little cute. The next song has the annoying Orange battling Steven, and we also see the Cartoon Network logo in the background with a baton and cuffs. I think this song is referring to the 2 years that the Annoying Orange show actually ran on Cartoon Network, being one of the few YouTube shows to transcend YouTube and make it to the big screen. And while the ratings of the show definitely weren't the worst, I don't think the show did as well as people were hoping. Now, in the defense of the Annoying Orange, on YouTube, most of the episodes were fairly short, meaning that a long Annoying Orange video was about 4 to 5 minutes. While on Cartoon Network, the episodes were 11 minutes, which meant that the characters were doing a lot of repeating themselves, which made the show feel stale very quickly. I think that the reason Steven Universe is in this song is because Steven Universe came out around the same time that Annoying Orange made it to YouTube, and Steven Universe completely blew the ratings out of the water, which makes sense. No matter how you feel about Steven Universe, I think we can all agree that the show is well done, even if it doesn't necessarily fit your taste. But ultimately, I think shows like Steven Universe and Adventure Times getting much better reviews is what helped push Annoying Orange off Cartoon Network. But this is just my theory, because in actuality, the creator of Annoying Orange never directly addressed why his show got pulled. Next, we have the song titled Mock, and this song is based on the episode of Adventure Time titled Two Swords. And this is where we're introduced to a character called Fern, who takes the form of Finn and even comes to believe that he is Finn. So much so that when Finn touches Susan in this episode, Fern thinks that he's trying to hurt her and ends up beating him up on the beach. Now, I think that the mod song specifically is from this part of the episode where Jake and Finn are standing on the beach together, basically telling Fern to show his true form because they think he's some type of shape-shifting demon.
This bozo keeps saying he's me. Why don't you set him straight and tell him who the real Finn is?
That one?
What?
Yeah, I don't know what you are. Some kind of demon plant thing, probably.
But show us your true form, demon!
Yeah, show us! Show us! Show us!
Next, we have the song titled Racism, and it's from a video called Don't Deny It, Defy It. And in the original video, the 3 kids in Garnett are recording a commercial about anti-racism. The 2 boys in the video say that they want to get married when they grow up, and that is when we see this 3rd kid run up and say that black and white people can't get married. Next, we see Garnett arrive and tell the kids to not be racist. After this, the director yells, "Cut," and the blonde kid says that this is the cheesiest commercial he's ever been a part of, because stuff like this simply doesn't happen in real life. But this is where the black kid lets him know that stuff like this does actually happen, and Garnett makes the point that just because stuff like this doesn't happen to you, doesn't mean that it doesn't happen at all. The blonde kid has a realization and apologizes for his words. and basically vows to do better in the future. Now, it seemed like a lot of people didn't like this video when it dropped on YouTube because it had 110,000 likes opposed to 135,000 dislikes. And while that isn't the worst ratio, we can see that there's a lot of people that didn't resonate with it. I also noticed that the comments were turned off, but that may just be a feature of YouTube Kids in general. Next, we have the song titled Starlight, and this is actually based on a TikTok video by Roastin that has the song Airplanes playing in the background of the video. And while this didn't technically start the Twilight and Mordecai shipping, it did revive it. Apparently, the shipping of these two characters have been going on since at least 2011, with ton of artwork being created and even a fanfic that is at least 14 pages. I was going to read it for this video, but when I saw how many pages it was, I decided not to put myself through that kind of torture. I may make a video on it one day if I do want to do a deep dive on it though. Lastly, we have the song with Johnny Tess, and I have to turn this to black and white so YouTube bots don't actually pick up the blood here, but I think this song is based on the fact that a lot of people hated and still hate the Johnny Tess show. People just thought that it was too generic and didn't do anything new or creative, to the point where people even started making artwork making fun of the fact that everybody hated the show. Now, personally, I didn't love the show, but I didn't think it was that bad. Let me know what you guys thought of the show, or if you even remember it, because some of you may be too young to actually even remember Johnny Tess. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on another video. Peace, peace.